Hi, I'm Trick of the Tussler, and this is an analysis of the most recent patch to League of Legends. This is meant to be a little bit more of a serious video to discuss the effects of the changes on the game. Alright, first of all, we see Alistar's base movement speed and headbutt cast range was reduced. Alistar's a very strong CC tank, so they want to tone down his longer range initiate. This is going to be affecting his jungle as well, but at the end of the day, he's still very strong because he has so much CC. Corker's true damage on his passive has been nerfed, but it's not such a big deal because a lot of his damage comes from his abilities. He's not as reliant on crit as some of the other AD carries. His early game escapes will have to be timed a little better, but it's not too big of a nerf. What's happening to Diana is a case of just having too high of numbers. Her base stats are some of the best in the game, and her passive health regen was too high with having a shield available to her. Her skill set had to be toned down because of the scary amount of burst she had. Everything in Evelyn's skill set has been buffed. A lot of people find her lackluster, and she's probably going to have to stay that way. She's not much of an addition to the team other than a surprise element and a tiny slow. Essence Flux's damage went down, but it's still going to be maxed a lot of the time for Ezreal. The attack speed slow helps him win trades in lane, and it passes through minions, so it's substantially easier to hit than his Q. If Riot wanted to stop EZs from maxing his, they'd hit the attack speed modifier. Nerfs to Gragas don't affect his damage. Sure, his body slam costs a little more and he moves a little slower. It's only going to affect how much he can spam it. Same goes for his ult cooldown. It does the same damage, it's just going to have to be used a little wiser. The attack speed bonus on Graves' quick draw is only 10% less, as well as his base attack speed is a little lower. This isn't going to really affect him at all. He's still a strong AD carry that just about anyone can play. Wall of Pain has been seriously nerfed. No more armor reduction, and magic resist reduction is now percentage based. Honestly, the reductions before were strong, but I don't think it warranted this big of a nerf. You're going to need well over 200 magic resist for it to be close to as effective as it was before. Katarina's base values on her bouncing blade have increased a tiny amount, but the AP ratio on her Q and W were lowered. Shunpo's a little stronger at lower ranks, a sorely needed change. I'm not exactly sure where Riot's going with this, but on a side note, only her AP ratios were changed, leaving her 81s intact. The snowball won't slow as long. This really let Nunu stick to a single target like glue, as it has a 6-second base cooldown. As a support, his will affect his ability to slow the enemy carry, and as a jungler his presence is a tiny bit less. It doesn't matter too much, as it's so spammable anyway. Shen's lower level taunt is punishing if you miss it, with a long cooldown like that. This change really doesn't warrant leveling it first, but at rank 5 it's the same cooldown pre-nerf. Just make sure that you land the taunt when you go in, or face being useless in early teamfights. Twitch's Expunge is stronger at lower ranks, but he still has a lot of headway to be considered a top competitive pick. His skill set just lacks something that really makes him stand out. Abyssal Scepter has been nerfed a lot, so it's not even worth getting on someone like Xerath or Lux. AP tanks or bruisers like Rumble or Nautilus will still find it a strong item. Best to leave this item to the champions that like closer range confrontation. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.